Welcome to the Rock Entertainment Sports Network Halftime Show. I'm Brendan Kantz. It is my pleasure to be joined alongside Gina Stephan, the first ever field hockey coach here at John Carroll. Gina, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing. So I appreciate the exposure.
Of course. So first, I'll start off by asking, how's the academic year going so far for you to start?
It's going great. I'm learning a lot. Starting a new job and obviously a new program is always different, and so learning about the academic schedules, learning about the different majors and minors, career pathways has been incredible. John Carroll offers a vast amount of interest, and with the Jesuit academic approach, I really love the holistic take that it has to create well-rounded students. So it's been really exciting.
Absolutely. Speaking of field hockey, what's it been like building the field hockey program from the ground up, and this really being the first year with clubs starting?
It's been everything. It's been all different emotions, all different things. Obviously, the biggest one is just exciting. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a really huge buzz, not just around campus, but also in the field hockey world that. With new programs popping up, it's a really exciting time to grow the game, and Field Hockey Forward is a really big thing nationally right now with USA Field Hockey, and John Carroll is a part of that at this point. So it's really awesome, but it's also been overwhelming, stressful, fun, so a lot of different things, but we're continuously moving forward, which is always the goal.
Nice. For you, when it comes to recruiting, what do you look for specifically in the first generation of John Carroll field hockey players? Yeah,
I've thought about this a lot, and in starting a new program, the first generation of the team is going to set the standard for what the whole program is going to be built off of, and so I've kind of narrowed it down to looking for three things. I'm looking for culture. A person first is what matters, and will you fit in with John Carroll? Do you belong here? The second is commitment. Can you commit to being a Division III student athlete? Because we are, yes, we're D3, but just like any other sport at John Carroll, we are always looking for excellence. Mm-hmm. So rising to that and being a part of that is really important. And then competition. Are you going to be able to compete within the NCAC athletically? So looking for those three things, and those are going to be the three standards of, what will get someone on the roster at JCU.
Very nice. Speaking of competition, like you just touched on, club season underway, have a couple games already under your belt. How's that club season started out for you guys?
It's been so fun. The players that are on it are really driven to growing, getting better, learning. A lot of the players who are participating haven't picked up a stick in a couple years if they're sophomores, juniors, seniors at John Carroll. And then those coming straight from high school, they're kind of helping progress along, but also learning new things of what collegiate field hockey is about. But it's been so fun, and the NCAC field hockey teams are incredible. They've truly opened their doors to us. We've gone to Oberlin, Worcester, Allegheny. We're going to Ohio Wesleyan, and truly a welcoming conference. And I couldn't ask for better coaches to bring us in, but also give us opportunities for the club players to play.
Absolutely, very nice to get that welcome into the conference, and has to be nice too, already getting games of experience with next year looming, potentially the first varsity season for John Carroll field hockey. Going back to kind of the recruiting aspect, what is your advice for high school field hockey players looking for a college home?
I think getting on campus is the biggest thing that I could advise. You're not truly going to know if you even like a place unless you step foot there. You meet the people there, you see the environment. Do they have the degree that you want? Those are the really big important things. But the next important thing is to get yourself in front of the coach of the school that you want to be at. Going to clinics, attending tournaments, it doesn't have to be this big thing, but definitely putting your name in front of them, getting your face in front of them is really important, and having conversations with them because that's truly the start of the entire recruiting process.
Absolutely. I think it's beautiful you touched on both the academic side but also the competitive athletic side, because that's what I think John Carroll here offers, is just excellence in both. Switching over to alumni, for general alumni who want to help out the program, what specific steps can they take to help out?
I mean, that's amazing that alumni who weren't a part of the field hockey program even want to contribute to this brand new program. I think it says a lot about the people who come from here. And right now we're working with the women's lacrosse team because we're sharing a locker room on revamping that space for us and fitting our two programs as a whole, which is really exciting, but we're putting our fundraising money towards that as well. And then the second is just contributing towards general needs like equipment, travel funds, things like that, because we are getting off the ground right now, and us relatively in the region, we're a little bit further than field hockey programs. In New York and Pennsylvania, and then in the Midwest. So travel is going to be a big deal for us, and having the funds in order to do that and play competitive teams is going to help immensely. So yeah, those are two big things that that would greatly help the field hockey program.
Very, very nice. You touched on earlier in the interview talking about this is your first really semester at John Carroll as head coach. What have you enjoyed the most about JCU so far?
I think just the people. Everyone has been so nice and so welcoming. I'll get coaches just stopping by my office, popping in and saying, hey, what can I do for you today? Or is there anything that you need to know? And I have a list that I usually just ramble off to them, like go by one. But really, they've taken me in and they've just been incredibly helpful, and it's taken a lot of stress off of me that obviously coming into a new place, things are done differently than any other place you've been in the past. So learning the ropes and getting integrated has honestly been really easy because the other coaches and the faculty and the staff have just been a wealth of information for me. So I'm really grateful for them, and just all of the coaches, you know, saying hi to me and just, again, asking, like, is there anything that you need today, is super supportive, and I usually say yes. So it's been really nice.
Good. I'm so glad you've had that experience, and it is very evidently true with John Carroll that I think if you ask anybody around, it's the community feel is what makes this place special, and that starts with the people and just the genuine kindness of everyone around campus. Going back to field hockey, what do JCU fans need to know about your program and the sport of field hockey in general?
It's probably going to be a learning experience for everyone. There is field hockey in the Cleveland area, which is amazing, but not at John Carroll yet. So I've gotten a lot of questions of, you know, what is field hockey? How many players do you have on a field? Things like that. So it's going to be a great learning experience, and it would be incredible to have a fan base here at John Carroll where we will have gear, you know, come out and support the friends that you have, make new friends on the field, on the sideline, and we'd love to fill our stands because, you know, it's exciting to learn new things, and I know John Carroll is known for that, of, you know, branching out and you know, experiencing things that you haven't gotten to before, and I think field hockey fits in with that. So yeah, I think that it's going to be a great learning experience for everyone who doesn't know the sport yet, and something that will be really impactful to John Carroll as well.
Very nice. Well, we're so excited for the program to get underway officially next year, and with the club hockey season, or the club field hockey season this fall. It's been so much fun to watch, and you're doing a great job with building the program. So
thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Gina. That'll do it for us on the Rock Entertainment Sports Network halftime show, second half action. Coming up next for Gina Stephan, the head field hockey coach at John Carroll, and Brendan Kantz. Enjoy half number 2 on the Rock.